I think every public building has to have a narrative. By that I mean a narrative that will allow ordinary folk to kind of understand why it is important, in addition to the fact that one hopes it will be looked upon as beautiful. We were certainly hoping to capture the energy, the optimism, the generosity that he radiates, and the warmth.
I think that when we went into the Oval Office, the first minute and a half, whatever script that we had worked out was chucked. And we asked him some questions like, what's your favorite building in Washington, for example? And he said, the East Building of the National Gallery. And we said, right answer. That's the right answer. That's the best modern building in Washington.
Here we were telling the president that it was the right answer. One building that he liked very much is Trinity Library in Dublin.
It was the president's intention to really make it feel like a library. That's the Trinity Library references a wonderful, several hundred-foot long double-height space, naturally lit. It invites you to browse, to sit and read in various alcoves along the edges. The site is 28 acres of parkland in Little Rock and has 2,000 feet of riverfront along the Arkansas River. We immediately assumed, well, we have this long riverfront, it faces north, we're going to make the building face the river. And we realized that actually it was the view to the west that was the compelling one. All the way up and down the river, there are these 6 bridges, and everyone crosses them all the time. They're in everyone's mind as a kind of defining element of Little Rock. We turned the building, elevated it, and let its long side face the view of downtown and of the mountains beyond.
It was fabulous, and it has stayed that way, and it is built that way. I'm trying to think of a way in which I can fairly state how focused he was on the building. On the night that we showed this extended napkin sketch, this 20-page napkin, to him, it coincided almost to the hour of the Columbine High School tragedy outside Denver. And he came late to the meeting, and yet he knew he had to address the nation shortly thereafter, but he paid superb attention to what we showed him. So you saw in front of you a very great man that had the ability to deal with large issues but concentrate on those that were, in the larger scheme of things, relatively small, but very important to him.
It was very easy for him to form a strong opinion right away, and he's very visually sophisticated, and that was the challenge. How can we make a museum that feels open and light, and at the same time it is full of very precious artifacts that need to be protected from ultraviolet light, etc. So we were trying to solve the problem of the glass and the how to keep the sunlight out, at the same time allowing for the view, and I showed him a solution which had a lot of louvers to try and block the sunlight, and he took one look at it, he sat down in his chair and he stared at the model and he said, well, this is no good at all. I hate this. This is terrible. But from that was born the solution that the glass solution, that's very sophisticated glass that we found that uses an interlayer to block the sun at all times of the day and at the same time allows you to see through it. We had a lot of conversation about Thomas Jefferson and oval rooms and how wonderful oval rooms are and how much he loved being in that room. And that was the most important thing, was to get that right. And the president was adamant that his be full scale and that it have natural light as the real one does, no facsimiles or fake lighting in there.
We have a drawing that he did and gave to us. I forget, he signed it to my architects who put up with my obsessions. In this particular case, it was light, daylight, sunlight coming from the proper direction. As the architects, who do not control the content of the exhibit, have to make certain that the spatial experience is in and of itself a very exciting journey through the building. From the axial entrance with William Jefferson Clinton Avenue as you go to the east, to the nature of the lobby itself, its materials that you touch, the escalators that you go up and what you're looking at as you move up, all the way up to the orientation theater and on up to the Oval Office and the cabinet room and so forth. People will come out exhilarated. This is a very sophisticated building. We hope it'll be viewed as a work of art.